Hmm.
what is normally your strategy to try to get them past those hurdles, or to say like, listen, you just have to face this. Like
Hmm.
if you want to move to the next step where you want to go, and whatever, pick a goal, there's always something that's going to give someone fear because they've never done it before. It's really hard. Maybe they're going to get feedback on it that they don't want. All of these things. How do you typically approach that to try to get your clients, even baby steps towards where they want to go?
So one thing is psychotherapists generally, we do a lot of exploring. And so one of the questions that we might have in the back of our head is this really this person's goal?
Yeah.
Right. So all the time we're like, oh, if I just did this, if I just did that, right? But is that really what they want? Right. So let's say, for example, you have somebody who's like, oh, I want to get really good grades so I can get into med school, right? Or whatever. And then it's like, okay, well, let's explore that. And then in the exploration of that, you realize, oh, well, their family has that expectation for them or of them, or, that's how they get prestige within their community, is to do something like go to med school.
Hmm.
So it's like, okay, so that's interesting. And then, so what actually is your goal? Well, your goal is to, right? So then it's like, okay, so your motivation for this is actually prestige or acceptance or following through on what others expect of you or whatever. So then all of a sudden the work of therapy changes, right?
Right.
So, because then it's like, okay, well, this is really what's getting in the way here, right? And so, like, that's one of the first things that we try to do is actually figure out, like, is this actually what you want? Or what are your, and sometimes it is,
Right.
sometimes it is. Um, so that would be one of the first things. And the other thing that I would think is like, so if you feel like, let's say, the client is sort of living consistent with their values, or sort of pursuing a goal that's consistent with what they really want and something. So then it's okay. So what's getting in the way? Right? Let's figure out what's keeping you from doing this. And let's try to understand and unearth that. And that can sort of get back to some of that navel gazing in terms of understanding what happened, what's getting in the way here that may be related, so in some cases that will be related to stuff that happened earlier in life, or maybe your way of framing it or thinking about it is getting in the way, is related to something earlier in life, whatever. So we might go and try to understand and unpack that and make sense of that. But we're doing it, or oftentimes we are doing it with the goal of helping the client move forward and sort of live the life that they want to live.
Right. Yeah, because I think there's two sides when I look at talk therapy for help for goal achievement, or even like personality change, where on some level someone has to take an action to do something different in their life, to start establishing a new identity for who they are.